of the nation. We are all part of the African nation, but we are scattered throughout the world. So therefore, if we can seize land and control it and govern it and come to power and have real power on it, then it would help the African nation as a whole. Okay? So don't be like what we are now though. We got Jamaica, we got Haiti, we got Brazil, we got Cuba, we got all those nations, but we do not have the power that's permissible in these places. We're going to have to go to these places, to Trinidad and Jamaica and all those places, Caribbean, and we're going to have to come to power because the Europeans still control it, and on the African continent, we got to come to power. We only have flag independence in Africa and all the nations that we control, except for the closest thing we have, Cuba, but it's isolated. Okay, so here's what I'm trying to say. Wherever we are, we got to understand we are Africans, and that we must do everything possible in the interest of Africa. Just like the Europeans and the United States have combined to control the economy of the world, even though China's coming in and Japan's coming in. They got the G8, they get ready to make that the G9 because China is getting ready to break in. But it was the G7 before they let Japan come in. Okay, so that was just the European and the United States. The European nations and the United States. And the G7, the G8, what I'm talking about, young people, this is just an economic structure that is administered the World Bank and the International Fund for Development. And the European and the United States is in control of all activity, economic activity in the world. Understand, capitalism is a worldwide system. And see, we have to understand that, so if we're going to come up with any alternative, we got to understand it's going to be a big fight. But within the structure of where we are, we can win and back, like I said, influence. We can get influence. Now we have to begin to educate the people who have wealth, who have certain resources, to the point of understanding that this is just not an economic thing. The economic, the political, the cultural, the social, all that goes together. It must go together. Because if you say, I'm just going to deal with economics, and you go out there, Oprah Winfrey got how many billions of dollars, I don't know how much she got. You see what I'm saying? And let's use her as an example. She's isolated. She's not able to do with her resource what she should be able to do with it. But she had to go with somebody else. There's other several billionaires to come together on behalf of the nation to give donations to make organizations live, so that organizations can go in the community and begin to organize the people, and then because the people is the ultimate wealth. It's the grassroots people who are the ultimate wealth. And I want to say this, that when we go, young people, when y'all go to these colleges, when y'all get out of school, and go to these colleges, become a Pan-African, become a national. This school right here, Marcus Garvey. I mean, this is an oasis. We've got several oases, but this is one of the oases that we have, where at least the children are going to know what Pan-African and national before they get out of the education process they're in. And that's going to give them a head start in terms of whatever they're going to have to do in terms of the education process. And this is what we got to do. We got to build more of these so that we can begin to educate our people, because education is the bottom line in terms of being able for people to know what they need to be doing. And let me say that when I was in high school, when I was in elementary school and high school, we didn't have any knowledge or any information talking about African people. I went to Booker T. Washington High School. I think I saw one film on Booker T. Washington. But in our book we had tar babies. We had